Today, I've decided to call this episode Complete Control of the Mind. Reason being, I was doing some more self-analysis questions from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And one of the questions is, what are your top 3 weaknesses and what are you doing to change that? And at first, because of previous logs, such as my indifference in chess log a couple of days ago, I put my number one as indifference on first glance, but after doing some more thinking, I could just write 3 because I had more on my mind than just those 3. And I made the final decision that my number one is not having complete control of my mind, not learning how to completely control it. And by complete mental control, I mean being able to think about what I want to think about and when I want to think about it, along with the ability to be able to not have any conscious thought as well, whenever I want. Although I say I don't yet have complete mental control, I'd say I'm improving. I don't know if I've said this yet, but I certainly know that I've talked about the YouTube addiction I've created. And I know that's the case because I very clearly remember using that exact wording. Now, I'd say I've improved in terms of dealing with this because I'm not watching it as much due to using the mindset that it's non-negotiable, that I can't. And what's happened now is I've had to make further rules with this. Because I told myself that I can't do it, my brain is like, okay, I've built this habit for such a long time, I still want to go on it, on impulse. Even though rationally I know I don't want to do it. So I would go onto YouTube anyway, but I wouldn't watch anything. I would scroll and I would also check notifications to see if I've got anything on my YouTube videos, and I'd do that for a while. But even that has lessened. I've started doing that less because, as I said, I had to make further rules. One of those rules being that I can only check the YouTube notifications once a day. And once that's done, you can't go back. And when it comes to the scrolling, I think I have said to myself that I can't scroll on the YouTube feed, but that hasn't been a very clear-cut rule. I haven't told myself, okay, I can't do this ever. But even today, I did do that a bit, but I just thought, what is the point? It's just like window shopping now. However, that's come with a price. And a price is not as in negative consequence or anything like that, but it's had an effect on me is what I'm trying to say. An effect I like. Because because I say and I tell myself that I can't watch YouTube anymore now, my brain doesn't feel so heavy. It doesn't feel so overstimulated. So what I'm doing is working, and I'd say that in that sense, I'm slowly increasing the amount of control I have over my mind. But the end goal is to be able to think about what I want to think about, when I want to think about it, and also to be able to have the ability to have no conscious thought as well when I want. I unfortunately don't have a step-by-step plan as to how people could achieve this or how even I could achieve this at this point in time. But I do have a suggestion, and that would be to set more restrictions like I have. For example, I say that over the years I've created a YouTube addiction, so I've set rules in place to combat that, such as you can only check your notifications once to see if anyone's commented on the videos I've made or if anyone's liked it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm also going to make it clear cut now to myself that I can't scroll either. Because once that's gone, YouTube will have absolutely no other use to me other than creating content. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against people watching YouTube videos or anything like that, but I am against overdoing it, and hence I want to stop watching videos. And actually, to be fair, I have done, but I'd probably say for a couple of days now, I haven't really watched any videos like that. But yeah, that's why I'm coming off, because for a very long while I've been overdoing it, and I don't want to practice self-control in the sense of like having just one cookie or watching just one video. I don't want to do that. I'd just rather go cold turkey and allow my brain to rewire, program itself. And I'll tell you what, it's certainly been working for me. My mind feels much less overstimulated, and I have a better ability to be able to create these sorts of videos, I'd say. Or if I don't, I at least can use this to really get some deep thoughts out there. I've also come up with another idea as to how or perhaps we, depending on what your aims are in your life, gain complete mental control. And the answer to that would be to do 2 types of meditation. The first one is purposefully thoughtless. So you can practice that ability to be able to have no conscious thought whenever you want, and have productive meditation sessions where you put your thoughts, you very clearly tell yourself that you have to put your thoughts onto something, or how you're going to achieve something for however long you'd want it to be. But personally, I've certainly tried doing that for 15 minutes, that being productive meditation. But I've said that I've wanted to do it for around half an hour to 45 minutes to be able to further practice that skill. And I can tell you about the first time I did productive meditation, and my thoughts were very scattered. So I was able to think about what I actually wanted to think about, but I had so many other thoughts pass through my mind, which I actually got a note of. I put a note of how I wanted to do things based on what I set myself to think on. But I also made a note of the other thoughts that passed through my mind. And at the end of the 15 minutes, there are many more thoughts that passed through my mind which were unrelated compared to the ones that actually were. So I personally think practicing those 2 types of meditation would be really worth it for me, and perhaps us, depending on if you want to do that as well, if you want to try that out. That's it. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.